From the moment a man begins the path of semen retention, something quiet but powerful starts to shift inside him. This journey is not only about physical control. It is about purity of intention, discipline of the mind, and respect for the self. When a man learns to conserve his energy, he begins to treat himself differently. And when he treats himself differently, the entire world responds in a new way. His choices change. The way he eats, speaks, spends his time, and interacts with others becomes more conscious. He no longer lives on impulse. He lives with awareness. Most people do not realize that anger and frustration are not random emotions. They are born from desires that remain unfulfilled. A desire appears, the mind attaches to it, and when it is not satisfied, that same desire transforms into irritation, resentment, and rage. Desire and anger are not enemies. They are closely connected. One feeds the other. When desire grows unchecked, anger is never far behind. This is why many people feel constantly restless, aggressive, or emotionally unstable without understanding why. In the early stages of semen retention, this inner conflict becomes very noticeable. The mind, which has been trained for years to seek pleasure and instant gratification, suddenly feels restricted. It rebels. It looks for escape routes. This resistance can feel uncomfortable, even overwhelming. Old habits rise up. Old urges knock louder than ever. This is not failure. This is the process. This is the mind resisting discipline, just like a wild horse resisting the reins for the first time. Anger during this stage often comes from the ego. The ego wants control. It wants satisfaction. It wants recognition. When it does not get what it wants, it reacts emotionally. Lust and anger move together like two sides of the same coin. When one appears, the other is usually nearby. Understanding this connection is essential. Once you see it clearly, you stop blaming the world and start mastering yourself. A man who continues despite this inner resistance develops true strength, not loud strength, not aggressive strength, but quiet, unshakable strength. He learns that he is not the mind. He is the observer of the mind. And with time, patience, and discipline, the chaos begins to settle. The urges lose their grip. The emotional storms pass more quickly. What remains is clarity. As the practice deepens, something remarkable happens. Sensitivity increases. Awareness sharpens. You begin to feel subtle shifts in energy, both within yourself and in your environment. You become more present. Conversations feel different. Interactions feel more meaningful. You listen more deeply. You respond instead of reacting. This heightened awareness is not mystical fantasy. It is the result of conserved energy no longer being wasted on constant stimulation. Vital energy begins to accumulate. Focus improves. Motivation rises naturally. But this energy must be protected. Just as water flows from high ground to low ground, energy moves from higher concentration to lower concentration. Spending excessive time around people who live in constant desire, chaos, and sensual obsession can drain you without you even realizing it. This does not mean judging others. It means being mindful of where you place your attention and time. Semen retention is not an easy path. It demands commitment. It demands discipline. It demands honesty with oneself. Many people feel stuck in life not because they lack talent, but because their energy is scattered. They feel tired, confused, and unmotivated because their inner resources are constantly leaking away. If you have ever felt this way, know this: you are not broken. You are simply unfocused. This practice offers a way to recalibrate your life. It brings clarity. It restores vitality. It gives direction. When energy is conserved, the mind becomes calmer. When the mind is calm, decisions become clearer. When decisions become clearer, life begins to move forward again. Celibacy has been respected across cultures and centuries as a foundation for mastery and success. Not because pleasure is evil, but because discipline creates power. When sexual energy is conserved and redirected, confidence rises. Self-esteem strengthens. Shyness fades. You feel grounded in yourself. You no longer seek validation. You carry it within. Those who lack self-control often become slaves to ego. They react instead of reflect. They chase pleasure without understanding the cost. A wise practitioner remains focused inward. External noise loses its power. Praise and criticism are treated the same. The world begins to feel less overwhelming because you are no longer being pulled in every direction. In the beginning, it is wise to reduce exposure to environments that stimulate desire unnecessarily. Large social gatherings, chaotic events, and highly sensual environments can destabilize the mind during early practice. If avoidance is not possible, brief presence is better than long exposure. Protecting mental stability is not weakness, it is intelligence. As control over energy improves, meditation deepens. Scattered thoughts begin to gather. Concentration strengthens. Reflection becomes sharper. A new form of intelligence develops, one that understands without overthinking. Insight arises naturally. Decisions feel aligned rather than forced. From a psychological perspective, this conservation of energy has clear effects. Those who are constantly consumed by sexual thoughts often struggle with focus, memory, and academic or professional performance. When mental energy is no longer wasted on repetitive fantasies, the mind becomes sharper and more disciplined. Goals receive full attention. The body also responds. Immunity strengthens. Health improves over time. In the beginning, the body may release stored imbalances, which can feel uncomfortable. But as purification continues, vitality increases, anxiety decreases. A sense of inner safety develops. Life's challenges feel manageable instead of overwhelming. Emotional resilience becomes one of the greatest benefits. Experienced practitioners often report that situations that once triggered anger or fear no longer disturb them. This is not emotional suppression. It is emotional mastery. Wisdom deepens. Patience grows. Stability becomes natural. Many people feel trapped in constant inner battles, fighting urges, emotions, and habits without ever finding peace. They search for solutions everywhere, except within. Semen retention offers a direct path inward. It does not mask symptoms. It addresses the source. If this message resonates with you, understand that transformation does not happen overnight. But every day of discipline builds momentum. Every moment of awareness strengthens control. Every act of restraint fuels growth. In ancient times, it was understood that uncontrolled emotion could destroy years of inner progress. Energy, once lost, is not easily regained. In practical life, this translates into clearer thinking, stronger focus, better performance, and healthier relationships. When individuals become more balanced, society benefits as a whole. The body becomes more flexible. Endurance improves. Mental stamina increases. Intuition sharpens. Understanding flows without effort. Happiness arises quietly, without dependency on external pleasure. Anger loses its grip because contentment fills its place. The mind, like a rebellious prisoner, resists change at first. It demands old comforts. It seeks escape. But with consistent guidance through physical activity, meditation, purposeful work, and self-reflection, the mind transforms. Fear fades. Discipline becomes natural. A practitioner learns to remain calm, even when misunderstood or criticized. There is no need to react. Negative behavior from others returns to its source. Peace is preserved by choosing silence over conflict. Memory improves. Focus sharpens. The eyes grow less fatigued. Work becomes more efficient. Understanding deepens beyond surface-level knowledge. Life feels meaningful again. Those who walk this path develop humility, kindness, patience, and forgiveness. These qualities protect energy and attract respect. Leadership becomes effortless because it is rooted in presence, not dominance. Inner happiness becomes so fulfilling that excessive desire loses its appeal. This joy is quiet, stable, and deeply satisfying. It does not depend on stimulation. It arises from alignment. With increased confidence comes responsibility. Arrogance is a risk. Awareness must be maintained. Courage grows, but recklessness must be avoided.